Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Hardcore Minecraft. In today's episode, we've gone for the new update, so let's go and explore that now. Alright, so the first thing we're going to look at is this new spear. So let's go grab a couple diamonds. I think it was, looks like maybe just one. We're going to need some sticks, so let's run over to our wood area. Still slowly organizing everything, still don't have a place for everything yet. We've added these nice handy crafting tables everywhere. So I think, is it just like this? Okay, so we got our diamond spear. So it looks like we have a stabbing attack. Does it tell us? No. And then I think this is the one where you get the momentum and do extra damage. So let us go and enchant this and see how well we can enchant it all the way up to max. Alright, so I have transferred my enchanting table from out of the main village and over here temporarily. I'll have to figure out a way to kind of mesh it in with this area nicely. I've removed some of these holes because I've rethought how I want to do my big tube all the way to the top. I think I'm just going to do one massive one, and then it'll feed into my sorting system, and that will get it to all the right places in the chests. But first up, we're going to try for enchanting. So we're looking at sharpness 3, not the best, but let's see if anything else. Nope, nothing else. So we're just going to unenchant that. Knockback 2. Nope. We're just going to do it again. Smite 5. Maybe we'll go for this one. Nope. All right, we're burning through these levels very quickly. Oh my gosh, you gotta take it back out of there. Sharpness 4. I mean, it's nice, but it doesn't have all the special enchantments, so I might have to utilize my guys over here, pick out the good ones that I know will go onto this. Like, there's gonna be probably a fire aspect. No, that's armor, protection, affinity, punch, respiration, silk touch, flame, power 5, so none of the bottom guys down here. I should probably organize and label these guys sometime. We'll do a good mending on him. Nope. Sharpness, it's already at 4, so I can do another one for 5. Impaling, I don't know if that's the right one. Looting sounds like a good one. Efficiency, protection, fortune, impaling. Again, I think that was the same one. Aqua affinity, and unbreaking. So I need to collect up a bunch of emeralds, which I don't really have many of right now. But let's go see if we can maybe scrounge some up from my almost sorted area. And then we can try and buy some books and create a super spear. All right, that was a little bit of an enchanting kind of compilation there. A little time lapse doing all that. That's all the spare books of the cheap books. I got some good ones in here, so we're going to take these out here. So we got an unbreaking and a mending I had from before, and then we've got 4 lunge ones. So if we throw these together, we now have a lunge 3. So sharpness, we want to throw unbreaking, mending, lunge 3, and get that up to sharpness 5. And then all I need is a fire aspect. So let's go check our stocks. Maybe one of these. Let's see. Flame looting, no. Loyalty, silk touch, no. These might just be useful a little bit later. So for I get a trident for the loyalty and things like that. So let's try and get fire aspect. If not, I think our good spear is good to go. Try not to hit my happy ghast. But let's go see if that, if not, this is good enough for now. Alright, so no fire aspect, but I think this is good enough for what I need it for. I don't do much farming of mobs or attacking. Maybe this can be used. I've seen some cool like mob farms where it gets to looting. I don't have looting on this, but I don't really need it too much because I don't really do much farming like that. I get my sword for all those farms. But now that we have that, I did notice I still have all my lights on my Christmas tree, and it is far too late for them to be there, so let's do a quick removal of that, and then we can go move on to, I guess, the Nautilus. All right, and that is the tree all undecorated. So I think I got everything. There might be a sneaky one or two hanging around. But now that we have this all complete and ready to go, we can now move on to exploring the rest of the update. So I think I'm going to go for the Nautilus next. So I've got some leads. I don't know if I need a saddle for one, not sure. I know I need a bunch of pufferfish to tame it, so I grabbed a bunch of buckets so I can grab those out. But I'm going to need to find... I guess I don't need the buckets. I just need to looting 3 of them and hope I get the pufferfish. So we need to find a warm biome, I guess. I think that's where we find them. If I can't find them, I shall look and find where they're supposed to be with a wiki or something. So let's get to exploring. All right, so here we are in a kind of warm biome. What is it? Warm ocean. That was kind of weird. Ooh, and we got a nautilus, actually. I found 1 pufferfish. Is that enough? Let's see. So is he gonna kick me off like a horse does, or when do I get? Oh, I guess I don't need any. But wow, and you can use your sprint button, or I know. Oh, you hold space, kind of like the horse jumps, but this guy dives. And I think I'm getting like some sort of effect. Let's jump off. Breath of the Nautilus. So I guess I don't drown once I'm on this guy. So this is going to be perfect for a plan I have soon of making one of those, what are they called? The sea temples, getting one of those farms for all the prismarine and stuff. So we've already got one. Seems I can make some armor. So let us go and figure out how that works. And then maybe I can find a second one. I think the pufferfish is actually to breed them because I don't know if just one is enough to get me through. But let's do a little bit more exploring. Maybe find a couple more pufferfish and then maybe another nautilus. And then I've got to figure out how to bring them home because kind of far. I'm actually at my first desert where I got all my sand originally. So my base is a couple thousand blocks that way. So I might have to just swim this guy back manually. But let's do a bit more exploring, see what we can find. All right, I found a second friend here. Problem is I don't have any pufferfish and it wouldn't let me ride him, so maybe I do need the pufferfish to tame, and this guy just only needed the one. So I'm gonna look around for a bit more pufferfish, see if I can find any. If not, I'll just drag this guy back just for the breeding purposes, so I can get plenty of them, and maybe I can do a little bit of getting a better one. So I don't know if they're kind of like horses where they have different stats and things, but that is something we can look into further. All right, we brought him back to our base. Here we go. So we got our 2 here. Wish I had more of these leads. I found another. Well, I found them in this chest here when I got here. If I had more, I came across a couple on my way back, which is kind of annoying because it was much closer than where I originally got these 2. So I know approximately where I can get them from deep oceans as well. It doesn't have to be the warm variety. Deep works too. And I can get plenty of these guys near there, but I've got 2 here, so maybe I can breed these guys up. I've got a couple more pufferfish, so that's all ready to go. So I'm keeping them here for now. I'm going to transfer them probably into this innerland little area here. Let's see where it is. Just over the ridge. It's kind of all connected. The problem is I do get drowns in here, so I might have to find a safer location because they did take a little bit of damage. Oop, don't want to... Ooh, I gave him 2 of the pufferfish by accident. That's annoying. But that healed him up a little bit. But as you can see, he's taking a little bit of damage, but that healed him back up. Are they taking damage? It's hard to tell. I think I'm going to move this back into like the center area. So if I put this on me, and then if I can bring it kind of centered so that they don't die of like, I don't know, it's not drowning. It's, I guess, suffocating, they would call it. So let's make a little pillar here in the center. Slightly underwater, and leave these guys here. Let's go figure out how to get the armor on these guys, because that might be a fun thing to do. Alright, so I just checked the crafting recipe. There is none, so I'm assuming that means it has to be gotten from a loot chest somewhere. So I'm assuming it's going to be from kind of an ocean type. So I've got these 3. I grabbed this one on my way, actually. That's a brand new one. But got an ocean explorer monument, a buried treasure. Don't know if I got this one already, because it looks like I explored it fully, so maybe I already got it. And then this one's brand new, so let's place it on. Okay, that said buried treasure map, but it's turned into a map, kind of like my first episode. That is kind of strange. So maybe I just have to go and manually find all these things. I'm going to keep the Ocean Explorer because I don't think I've... maybe it looks like I've explored it. Anyway, let's do some exploring. Let's go and see if we can find any of this armor because it's going to be from chests and we'll have to see which one we can get. It's probably going to be like the higher ranking one is more rare, but there's our little friends kind of chilling around. Eventually, I'm going to move them, or at least one of them, because on my live streams, I've been doing a little bit more work. I've started getting my outer exhibits done. This one took forever because of all the glass. It's going to be the same for the other ones that use glass. But I've gotten my water exhibit started. So as you can see here, it's all filled up with water. So we'll probably put them in here. Maybe both of them, maybe just one. We'll see how it goes. And on this side, if we can get out, kind of trapped. On this side, it's going to be all of the hostile mobs. So I'm going to have to capture a bunch of the guardians, drowned, anything else that would be underwater hostile. So I keep them separate. So just in case if they have the chance to attack each other, they won't do anything. So let's go get some exploring on and see if we can get some Nautilus armor. All right, looking like we're getting close to whatever this one is. Don't think it's going to be this sunk thing, but let's drop by here really quick and see if we can find anything in here. Go for the chest, maybe. Come on, let me down. Chest. All right, I'll take the emeralds and a bit of iron. Why not? Probably gonna have another chest in the front area of the ship. Okay, maybe I've already come to this one and just missed that one chest. But we do have the Ocean Explorer monument. So what's gonna be here? So it's really close. So let's see if I can get another rocket to go get me out of the water. Here we go. All right, and we're coming up on it. And if we dive right here. Oh, so it's one of those. So I have... Ooh. It's hard to tell, but we're going to try and keep our distance. It's a ocean monument. We've got one real close to base. There's my creeper farm right there. So I can make a farm of it right here. I know I've seen on my way to that desert I showed earlier, there are 3 monuments right beside each other. I guess maybe not right beside each other. And those are Nautiluses right beside my base. Oh my god. But there's 3 of them, so maybe I'll look into getting like a multi one. I haven't really been doing huge mega sort of farms because I don't really need that much stuff, but it might be a fun challenge to do something huge. This looks like an amethyst geode too. That's interesting. All right, let's get some more exploring and see if we can find any more, I guess, put this away, any more shipwrecks or buried treasure maps. All right, I've turned my shaders off just so I can see more, and I think I'm going to have to load in new terrain because it's probably not going to spawn in a chest that I've already been near, so I'm kind of farther out. I think this one's a new terrain. You can kind of see how things were loading in a little bit there. But let's see if we can get any luck in here. Buried treasure map, fine. We get out of here. Let's see if we can sneak our way out. So I'm gonna guess. Oh, is that another chest? Let's see if we can get into this one. It's kind of hard to sneak around. Nope, just more of this. All right. Let's try out this buried treasure. Ooh, that's the zombified Nautilus. Interesting. Is that a baby with a spear? Jesus. Okay, no, we're staying very far away from that. Let's get to land, and then actually, we don't have to get to land. Let's just see. So it looks kind of far away. Let's see if we can find this one. All right, looks like we're getting closer. It's somewhere around here. My little white dot there has gotten slightly larger, so it's either on that. No, okay, so maybe it's just over here against the shore, hopefully. Ooh, and there's a kind of thing here. Wow, okay. So there's lots of mobs. Let's try and take care of these guys. This is all new loaded terrain, so it's somewhere over here, unless it's this shipwreck thing. Let's take care of those creepers. So let's look. So no, it's on the other side of the water there. Ooh, cool. So it looks like you need to have them further away. Let us actually sleep. So we're not doing all this dangerous stuff. And then we're going to, I guess we'll clear out this shipwreck of all the sand that's around it. see if we can find anything in there, and then we'll go and locate whatever is on this map. All right, so in that little shipwreck there was actually another map, but it's the exact same one, which is kind of interesting. But it's going to be somewhere around here. I think it's slightly more. Let's just dig it all up. I got this super shovel and a good pickaxe. It's all sandstone around here. So let's clear out a little bit of space. I could use like the different techniques. Let's move back. No, that doesn't help. I'm just trying to get like more exactly on it. It looks like it's a little bit deeper in, maybe. No, a little bit further this way. It's kind of disoriented with the swaying of like the view bobbing setting. So it looks like it's maybe further in. So somewhere over here, possibly. Yeah, I'm thinking right here. So let's dig around. Looks like we're going into there. Wow, okay, that was quick. So we got the new iron spear. Oh, we got the heart of the sea. That's going to be useful for getting the conduit. A little bit of diamonds, some more iron. All right, so some okay stuff, but not what we're looking for with the Nautilus armor. So let's get back to exploring. Ooh, iron Nautilus armor. So there is some in here. So that is quite cool. I guess I don't really need any of this. I did get another treasure map, but is it the same one? No, it's a different one. Got cut off on my screen. What is going on? That is weird. Maybe if I go back up, it'll fix itself. Like a weird size. There we go. So it's just underwater. It changes the perspective. Interesting. But we have the iron. I don't know if you can upgrade it to the diamond version. I know you can go diamond to netherite probably with like the netherite upgrade. But let's find this kind of treasure map, see if it gives us anything. If not, we'll head back and then equip our Nautilus. All right, I guess never mind. It's just the exact same one as before. So I had 3 maps showing the exact same treasure. That's kind of annoying and a little bit of a waste. Don't really need a village, but I guess we're going to head back, equip our guy, check for anything else in the updates that I can kind of grab. I did see that zombie Nautilus, but I don't really want to grab him. Maybe if I can... do I still... Yeah, I got some leads. So maybe I can kill the guy on top of him, the drowned, and then maybe snag him back for the base. Let's see if we can grab him if he's still there. All right, he's still here, but he has a guy with a trident. So I'm just going to try and be very careful. Ooh, and he dropped the Nautilus shell. Do I have... I still have the pufferfish. That's good. That's good. Okay. We're going to have to be very careful. Ooh, that tamed him. I don't have a thing on me, so we're going to have to fly around. Let's see. Don't have a saddle on me. Crap. All right, let's try and fly back, grab a saddle, and then we can come back and grab this guy and take him back home with us so we can complete the collection. All right, so I got the saddle back, and I was lucky enough that he didn't despawn. I've thrown in the iron armor for this guy because he's the more rare version. Plus, I think they're supposed to be faster. I couldn't really tell. Everything in relation to the elytra feels kind of slow. But we've got our 3 guys here. I'm going to transfer them to a better area, maybe into that tank. And I guess the zombified one can also count as a passive because he's not going to attack anyone. So it might be good to keep him in the passive side on my museum. But that is that part, and maybe I'll do another added little clip after this part, doing a little bit of exploring for the diamond version. But if you don't see that, it just means by the time I have to release this video, I didn't find any on my own. Alright, so the only other additions I did quickly just look at the wiki just in case there's something hidden from me. So there's the new camel, the zombified version of it. There's the parched, which is the new kind of sand skeleton. He gives you a different effect when he shoots you. And then there's probably a couple other things. Then there's like the netherite horse armor. Obviously netherite nautilus armor, but I need the diamond first for that. But I think that's good enough for today's episode. I don't really need to get all that in this episode. I did a good review, got lots. I got my new spear. I could turn it into netherite, but I think I'm going to focus on getting netherite for the things I use more often, like my axe, my sword, even my like shovel, so it lasts a bit longer, is a little bit better, things like that, because I don't have a lot of netherite right now. but I can go and get some more, and then maybe in the future I can get full netherite for every single thing, get that achievement. There's a couple new achievements as well, I noticed. So that might be something I do, like an achievement hunter episode where I look for all the different achievements that I haven't gotten yet and add them up, get a couple more, maybe set a goal, get 10 more achievement this episode or something. But that will be for another episode. If you've enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like and subscribe for more episodes coming soon. Until next time.